Should you tailor your resume, your CV for every job? Here is the hard truth. Should you tailor your resume, your CV for every job? Here is the hard truth. If you stay to the end of this video, I'm going to show you actually live on how to customize two particular resumes at the executive level. So you spent years building your career. You've got the credentials, the experience, and the track record. But you apply for a job, role after role, and hearing nothing back. Silence after silence after silence. No interview, zero calls, not even a polite rejection. So here is the hard truth that nobody wants to say out loud. It's probably because of your resume or your CV. Not because you're underqualified, not because the market is tenuous right now, but because you sent a generic document, resume, CV, to a highly specific opportunity, and the system filters you out before even a human eye has seen your resume or your CV. Today, we're going to fix that. I'm Martin Buckland, a global executive career management practitioner and a global executive resume writer. I'm the founder of Elite Resumes, and I've been helping senior executives across the world land roles they deserve for over 3 decades. Let's talk about tailoring your resume, your CV, and why most executives simply refuse to do it. This is episode number 267 of Tuesdays at 2. Here is the uncomfortable reality. Let me ask you something. Would you walk into a board meeting with a generic pitch deck, one you've used for 10 other meetings, unchanged? Of course you wouldn't. You'd customize it. You would speak to that audience, their priorities, and their language. Your resume, your CV is also a pitch deck. If you should behave like that it's a pitch deck. Here's what I see constantly, and it just frustrates me. We're at the senior level. People who are genuinely brilliant at what they do. They build a strong resume, a strong CV once, and they feel good about it. It makes them feel good. And then they fire it out, a mass mailing, willy-nilly, same document, 50 applications, 100 applications. Then they come to me wondering why it's not working. I hear this so often. The reason is simple. A one-size-fits-all resume CV fits nobody particularly well. Every organization is different. Every role, even with the same title, has a different set of priorities, different set of skills, competencies, and cultural signals. When your document doesn't reflect those specifics, it reads as a lazy or worse document, totally irrelevant. That is the charitable interpretation. The less charitable one, you've never even made it to a human reader, the human eyes in the first place. So your first gatekeeper. Let's talk about the applicant tracking system, the ATS. Most mid-size and large organizations and almost all executive search firms process incoming applications, resumes, CVs through an ATS before a recruiter or a senior manager, hiring manager has seen them. The system scans your document and then it looks for relevance. It compares your resume, your CV, to the job description, identifies key terms, skills, titles, and competencies, and ranks you against every other applicant. Every other applicant. If your document doesn't speak the same language as that job description, the ATS downgrades you and you probably will be eliminated. You could be the most qualified person who applied, and you'll still end up the bottom of the pile and elimination, and off that pile totally. Now, here is where it gets interesting. That ATS system doesn't care about how impressive your career sounds in words, in text. It's not reading for narrative. It's scanning for signals, keywords, buzzwords, functional, skill, level, industry, and sometimes geography, buzzwords or keywords, certain phrases, titles, specific competencies that match what the organization wrote in the job description. So when your job description says P&L accountability and your resume says financial management, those may not mean the same thing, may mean the same thing to you, but to the ATS, they are different. When the posting says cross-functional leadership and you wrote leading diverse teams, you may have missed or lost some points. The closer your language mirrors that job description, the higher the ATS score. It really is that direct in a relationship. This isn't about gaming the gaming system. It's about communicating clearly in the language the employer is using. If they value it enough to put it in the job description, they expect to see it reflected somewhere in your application. Here is the 20-minute investment. Now, I can already hear what some of you are thinking. Martin, I'm a senior executive. I don't have time to rewrite my resume, my CV for every application. I want to challenge that respectfully, but directly. We're not talking about rewriting your resume, your CV from scratch each time. We're talking about a 20-minute maximum focused, deliberate 20-minute investment per application. So here is how it works. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you some resumes, and two resumes. They're real resumes, but I've made them anonymous. So then you can actually see what they have in the content, and I will lead you through customizing it. So here's a customized resume. So what you do is you have your name at the top. Sorry, it's reverse. And then you have your acronyms for your degrees beneath that. You never have your degrees or acronyms for your designations right next to it. But underneath your contact information, you then don't have the word profile or summary. That dates you by 14 to 15, maybe more years. You actually have the title of the job, the specific job, character for character, word for word. So in this case, it's a vice president digital marketing. So you customize it, put the title of that job you are applying for every time in your resume when you are applying. So if it's vice president finance, you put vice president finance. If it's director of supply chain, you put director of supply chain. Whatever it is, you customize it to that particular job. And then you also look in that job description you look for the top 4 hard skills. These are the business, functional, skill, level, industry, sometimes geography, specific buzzwords they are looking for in that particular job. So you have to really scrutinize. This is going to be a little bit time consuming, that particular job, and look and highlight for the top 4 hard skills, business skills, not soft skills, which are your personal skills, your business skills. So in this case, you put them down underneath the title of the job. So you put them down here. So it's digital marketing. What space, bullet, space, or you can have the pipe, the downward line, and then space, bullet, space, whatever the third one is, space, bullet, space, and the fourth one. If you've got room for 5, put the top 5 there, but they have to be short in words, in text. Don't go to 2 lines, because the moment you go to 2 lines in this specific section, that will alter the ATS, and then you will probably be eliminated. Remember, the ATS is a computer. You can never beat a computer, but you can at least try and match it. And that ATS is so specific in the format, in the content, that one character wrong, one line wrong, one bullet wrong, and you are gone. You are gone. So what you do is you have the top 4 here, the title of the job specific, and then the top 4 here, and then down here in the keywords section, you always have those, you repeat those up here, and then you're allowed a maximum of 28 here. You can go to 5 lines. These are your specific buzzwords, keywords that are pertinent to you. So make sure you have those top 4 down here. And then the next job you apply for may be a different title, and they will probably be a different 4 hard skills. Now, for the senior executive, there are some generic buzzwords that you need to have in your resume. You need to have the word executive leadership. You need to have the word resource management, so managing people. You need to have the words budget and P&L, 2 separate things, budget and P&L. And those are generic to director and above for all resumes, all CVs across the world. So if anybody's got any questions, please put them in the comments. I'm more than happy to answer them. So here's another resume. So you customize it to the particular job. In this case, it's Vice President Business Development. And then he put the top 4 or top 5 hard skills under here. Okay. And these will change every time. And then down here, in this section here, the keyword section, you then have the business, functional, skill, level, and industry specific buzzwords. And then if you've got, you can also look at the language of the job description. And in this section here, there's 4 to 6 line margin to margin soft skill section, soft skills, not hard skills. These are your soft skills, your personal skills. You can put some of the language that you put the job description is asking. The closer you match it, the better it's going to be. And these top 4 skills here, they are the 4 that they're looking for. If you can repeat it in your stories, your STAR stories, situation, task, action, results, those are your performance, accomplishment driven stories or your projects. Repeat them as many times as you can get, but don't go overload. Yeah. And then the more you have, the better chances you have of coming out at the other end. So customize your resume or CV all the time. So that's it, 15 to 20 minutes, maybe 30 if it's a very senior or particularly specific role. The candidates who land interviews are doing this. The candidates who aren't, and I've seen it hundreds of times, two equally qualified executives, one tailors their resume and the other doesn't tailor their resume. They just have a standard generic version. You already know who gets the call. So what is the mindset here? What is the mindset? I want to leave you with something to think about. The executives who resist customizing their resume, their CV, often do it because they feel the work should speak for themselves. My track record is strong enough, they say. If they can't see that, it's their loss. I totally understand that feeling. I genuinely do. But it's costing people opportunities for interviews. A resume CV doesn't get you a job, it gets you the interview. The market does not reward the best candidate, it rewards the best presented candidate. That's not being cynical. It's just the way the process works today. I don't like that ATS. I don't like technology, period. The process starts long before anyone reads a word of your resume, your CV. It starts the moment your document enters that system, and then it gets ranked. You want to rank number one, not number 201. 20 minutes of focused customization is not beneath you. It is a fact. One of the highest value activities you can do in a job search, customizing your resume, because without it, everything else, the networking, the research, the interview preparation may never get the chance to matter. So, should you tailor your resume for every job? It goes without question. Yes, YES, every single time, because you spent years building something genuinely impressive. And a generic resume, CV, is an underperforming document. If you'd like help in building a master resume designed to be tailored efficiently, effectively for particular jobs in your skill set, I'm more than happy to help you. Or you would like a free, no obligation resume critique, please send it to the address below, analyteresume.com/free. I'm more than happy to give you a 30-minute Zoom call, and I will go through your resume from top to bottom. But I say it as it is because you only get one kick of the can. So you can either go to my website, analyteresume.com, or you can connect or send me a follower's request on LinkedIn. I'm Martin Buckland. Go and tailor, customize that resume. Your career is your business. Manage it like a business. For more information on overall career management, please visit my YouTube channel, Martin Buckland, where you will find many videos, some of them on the topic today, that will help you manage your career. Hopefully now it's ingrained in you that you need to spend 15 to 20 minutes, sometimes more, customizing your resume, customizing your CV for every job you apply for. I will see you for Tuesdays at 2, next Tuesday, 2 p.m. Eastern.